So just the other day, my portfolios combined actually hit a whopping $100,000, six figures, all saved up by the age of 19. Now, if you stick to the end of this video, I'll actually show you all my portfolios combined, all the numbers, that way you get to see the actual true cold hard proof of it adding up to $100,000. Be sure to stay at the end of this video to see that. And just some notes for you, I saved this entirely on my own. There was no help whatsoever. None of the money was given to me. There were no trust funds, no handouts, no inheritance, nothing like that. And I also did have some help from the fact that I didn't go to college, so I didn't have any student loans and there's no debt. I have pretty much just a few dollars in credit card debt that can easily be paid off. I'm just trying to build my credit, and that is it. There is nothing else. It was all my money that I made. This didn't come from a spouse, it didn't come from a relative, I wasn't born into this. All this was made on my own with no help. But the reason I'm making this video is not to brag and show off, it is to show you that anyone can truly accomplish this with the right steps. And so in this video, I'm actually going to be giving you 8 practical steps that you can take, that you can implement right now, no matter what kind of income level you're at, no matter how many taxes you pay, does not matter. You could actually reach $100,000 in savings, and I will show you in this video. Number 1, this principle is really crucial. It's pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. It's basically an investor mentality. It's a popular phrase in the personal finance and retirement literature and culture. So that's what you could think of it as. It essentially means investing a routine amount of money from every paycheck that you receive or every windfall of cash that you automatically put into an investment or savings account. And because these contributions are automatically taken from your pay right into savings or an investment, this is why it's called paying yourself first and not actually something else. In other words, you're paying yourself before your monthly living expenses and any purchases that you might make. Many personal finance professionals and retirement planners will tout paying yourself first as an effective way to ensure that you'll continue contributing a certain amount of money to reach your goals. It removes this temptation and urge to skip a contribution and rather put that money towards your living expenses and something that you don't need. So these regular, consistent savings go a long way in helping you build that nest egg that you'll be able to have when you retire. Many experts will call this the golden rule, and if there's anything you should take away from this video, this is going to be it. Now, when using this method, your savings can go towards any kind of a vehicle. It might be going to different kinds of accounts. This could be a 401k, a savings account, or even an IRA. So in other words, paying yourself first could just mean putting your money towards a savings account, an emergency fund, or a long-term goal or purchase like buying a house. This is a very powerful, effective tool when building wealth, and even if it means getting a second job in order to make this happen, you have to do it. This also promotes frugality, and it's important that enough money is saved or invested so that way you could put that money away before you make any purchases or put it towards your expenses. Unfortunately, the data shows that most people do not have enough money saved for near-term goals or emergencies or retirement. The numbers show that most Americans do not pay themselves first. In fact, just under a quarter of them actually have enough saved up to cover 6 months of living expenses. And in 2017, an estimated 39% of Americans had no savings at all, and 57% had less than $1,000 in an emergency fund. And in 2018, 23% of Americans had nothing saved for an emergency. You might have unexpected medical expenses, your car might break down. Paying yourself first is a way to build some cushion so that way you don't have to worry about your money. On top of that, it could just be bad for your health. Most people report a large amount of stress for a lack of savings. Many people also report that they just do not make enough money to save, and if they start saving, they may not have enough money to cover their bills. So we'll talk about this later in this video. Most financial advisors would suggest actually downsizing to free up some money from your paycheck in order to start saving and investing. But you don't necessarily have to have the mindset that this is locked away. In a Roth IRA, you are able to take out what you've contributed without any penalties, so that is something that you could think about. Number 2, having the right mindset. Saving your first $100,000 may not be something that's short-term or easy by any means. So to get there, you have to train your mind and have that correct, right mindset. So you have to plan accordingly, and if you're someone that doesn't budget or take note of expenses, now is the time to do it. If you truly want to save this amount of money and you truly want to reach this goal, all of your actions, all of your thinking has to be oriented towards this goal. Little things add up fast, so eliminating that cup of coffee from Starbucks every morning or taking public transport instead of driving could definitely help you reach this faster. Understand that these are very minor sacrifices for a lot less financial uncertainty, so when you understand that, you'll be able to get there a lot more smoother and quicker. Number 3, baby steps. Take short-term saving goals. It's very easy for us to imagine ourselves in the fancy home, the fancy car with the perfect lifestyle, but those distant visions may not get us going today. So to really stay motivated, break your long-term goal into short-term savings goals. These could be weekly goals. In an example, let's say you're a parent and you're preparing for your young child to go to college one day. Putting aside just a little bit of change every single day from, say, at the age of 5 to 18 will greatly add up over time. This wouldn't hinder your day-to-day life or your income, but by the time your child is ready to go off to college, if they are choosing to do so, of course, then you'd have a nice tidy sum saved up by the time that happens. So starting the process early and steadily saving small amounts will make this goal a lot less intimidating and a lot more tangible. For example, you can use a savings account as an emergency fund, and for short-term goals, put your money into CDs, a treasury bill, something safe like that if you're worried about putting it into something more volatile like stocks or funds. Number 4, save on taxes. If you're employed and your employer offers one, go for a 401k tax-deferred savings plan. The amount you contribute to the plan and the amount that you earn from it is totally tax-free until you pull out for retirement. And the percentage that you contribute actually will reduce your taxable income by that percentage. Now, earlier on in your career, you can go for a more risky, aggressive plan, perhaps stocks that are a little bit more risky, because you're not going to need that money for many decades from now, so you can survive any short-term bumps in the market. And if your employer does not offer a 401k, consider opening up a IRA, particularly a Roth IRA, and I'll throw some videos down below. I've covered Roth IRAs many times on this channel. These have massive tax advantages, and you don't actually have to pay any taxes when you sell. It's a nice structured way to save because you don't have to worry about the share price of what you're investing in. You can just contribute a certain amount of money every single week or every single month, and it will put it in for you. On top of that, you can have your dividends reinvested, so you're creating compound interest, and that's what's going to build true wealth for you over time. Step number 5, reduce your interest burden. We know we all want it all. We want the nice car, the nice home, the home theater system, the double-door fridge, but unfortunately, we might have to say no to that. And putting nice things on layaway or putting them on a credit card so that way you don't have to pay them will make you pay a hefty price for many years down the road. These things could take years to pay off, and you definitely don't want to fall in this trap. So prioritizing your debt and reducing it is a critical step to saving and reaching your savings goals. Take a look at all of your loans and take a look at how long it will take you to whittle them all down. If you have savings or fixed deposits, you can liquidate some to actually reduce your debt burden. And if you get a bonus or a dividend, think of prepaying a part of your mortgage to reduce your interest burden. And in the case of credit card debt, try to talk to your credit card company and negotiate a lower rate of interest if possible. Companies will sometimes offer to take on other credit card companies' loans at a lower interest in pursuit of their new customers. So if you do need to take out money and borrow it, be sure to look around and look carefully at which one has the lowest interest rate. You'd be surprised at how many people don't do that, and if you really need the money loaned to you, then maybe ask friends and family at a 0 interest rate, so that way you'll be able to pay it off, and maybe it'll be a short-term loan. Number 6, if you are employed, maximize your employee benefits. Look at how your employer could be your partner in reaching your savings goal. Through your employer's 401k, they might offer a match where they'll match you on how much you contribute to your 401k plan. If they do, contribute aggressively and avail yourself to any other benefits that your employer might offer. You might get special discounts at stores or a museum or health club memberships. You might even see health savings accounts, and if your employer offers any assistance to a skill upgrade or a back-to-school program, take advantage of those as well. Number 7, and we can't stress this enough on this channel, generate additional streams of income. Generating more revenue is a great tactic in helping you reach your $100,000 goal a lot faster. Maybe you know how to sew, maybe you had to do some other craft or teach. These are all ways in which you could provide your skill or service in exchange for money. Even just something that you might consider a hobby that you don't consider to be something outrageous could actually bring you extra dough that you're missing out on. You can tutor children for a few hours a week. You can sell your crafts at a weekend market. Anything to help you get there. You can do freelance projects or offer your service on a site like Fiverr. Fiverr is a great way to offer digital services that you can do right from the comfort of your own home. Everyone is good at something, and don't let your skills or talents just go to waste. Not only is this a great way to earn more money, but it's a great way to keep you more fulfilled and occupied. See, if you're using your time to occupy yourself, making additional streams of income, that time would have went maybe to shopping or spending money other places. So this way you're actually saving more money in the long term as well. Maybe you're good at photography and you have some money saved up to buy a nice camera, and you can start a photography business. Maybe start out by taking free photography for people and then start charging and raising your prices and then some, and start upselling them, and before you know it, you have a nice profitable business that you didn't have in the first place. You could also try networking with other photographers, and they could be good references, and before you know it, you'll have gigs and people and jobs that you didn't think you would have had. Now, starting out, I'd probably reinvest this money directly back into the business and grow it as much as possible, but then you'll have enough money to reach your goals and savings goals, so that way you can start contributing a certain amount every week, every month to an account. And if you really don't think you're good at anything, try just looking things up on YouTube, maybe you'll actually find something that you have a knack for that you didn't think you had. And really, anything can be learned nowadays. We have a plethora of information right at your fingertips. And the 8th step is going to be keep costs low. There are always things you can do to keep your costs down. You may not even realize it. So many examples out there. Maybe you want to cook more dinners at home as opposed to going out. Maybe you want to try to walk more instead of using your car. If you have kids and you think every time you do something with them it involves spending money, that's wrong. Maybe you could take them to the park or the zoo, something where you wouldn't be shopping like at a mall. Buying groceries and household items in bulk as opposed to buying them more frequently on a daily or weekly basis. This is a great way to save money that you didn't even think you could save. And any bad habits like smoking or drinking, this is eating away a ton of money. You could quit these and get help to stop it. Taking lunch to work or school or buying a house within your means. There are so many effective ways where you can cut down on expenses and you'll have more money in your pocket at the end of every month and every year. If you can't buy a home within your means, choose to rent. And if you're not using that gym membership, cancel it out. There's nothing wrong with living a little frugally, reusing and recycling items to use again, or alternative ways to light and heat your home. Sell whatever items you don't use, sell whatever clothes you don't use. Generate as much cash as you can. This will help you save a lot of your pay and kickstart your saving goals. And any of this money that you do have left over, you can actually have it automatically contributed to a savings account so that way you won't even be able to touch it. There's so many ways of saving in everyday life, and these dollars and cents will actually add up and in fact help you hit that $100,000 goal. Your quality of life can only improve and not suffer because you'll be able to have financial confidence and stability from hitting this landmark. Maybe you have a large amount of debt, but no matter where you are, if you have kids, you're single, parent, does not matter, you could work towards paying that goal. Adjust your mindset and take a serious assessment at where you currently stand, and you can make it happen. You just have to create a strategy and plan around your situation, cut those expenses, and you'll be there before you know it. Stay focused, and luckily in this digital age, we can have automation so that way money could be sent automatically to these accounts. So if you are a very tempted person, then you won't have to see this money in your hands. Over time, with discipline and dedication, you will see results, and now I actually want to show you my portfolio of $100,000. Let's take a look at it. So right now it's January 18th. We are inside of the portfolio here. This is my first one. It is the Robinhood portfolio. I showed this to you in a video a little while back. Right now the market is live, so that's why it is currently active and changing as we speak. Right now it is trading at $41,160 just about. Just went up a little bit there. And today, just alone, if you want to see, I am up right now almost $236 for the day. We'll see what that looks like when the market closes. So that's my first portfolio. That is my Robinhood portfolio. That is where you can see I keep all of my stocks here. And these are all the shares I own of my stock. This portfolio right here is my ETrade portfolio. There's some penny stocks in here that I was trying to play and hoping to make some bank on, but right now it is currently mostly the index fund VOO, and that is where most of my VOO is kept, or at least S&P 500 index funds are kept. It is in this portfolio right here. So right now this one stands at $42,926 and change. Today I made $115 on this portfolio alone, but again the market is soaring and another record high today as of today, so that is why it looks the way it does. This portfolio right here is my Roth IRA retirement account. I won't be pulling out of this account for many, many years to come unless it really came to it, in which case I would touch it. But right now this one stands at $16,164 and change. Today on this one, $132 and change. And this is where I keep my one fund I own, VFIAX, VFIAX, another S&P 500 index funds. And I cover my Roth IRA a little bit more in another video. I actually showed you a 1-year update of my Roth IRA, so you can see that video. All these links will be down in the description down below. And then the rest of the money is basically just in cash. It's a couple $1,000s, nothing much, but that does put me well over $100,000. So that is how I have a $100,000 portfolio at the ripe age of 19. So that was my nice little portfolio. I hope that will actually inspire you and motivate you to take action and get there. At 19, I was able to do it, and you can too. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you got value out of it. If you did, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up, smash that like button. And if you'd like to see more videos from my channel, I post videos every single week covering business, finance, entrepreneurship, mindset, and strategy, and tips and tricks. You can be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post videos every single week. And if you'd like to be notified every single time I upload a new one so that you're first in line to see it, be sure to hit that little notification bell as well so that way you're notified every time I upload a new one. See you in the next video.